Hi everybody, it's Kathleen Reynolds with So Charming Quilts, and today we're going to be continuing with our cross-churned quilt that is not actually ours. It's designed by Elise Lee for Robert Kaufman Fabrics. It's part of their 2022 Kona Cotton Solids calendar quilt. So let's keep going. This one's for February. Now the first thing we did was we did our half square triangles, and it's really important. Read the instructions through thoroughly and make sure that your half square triangles you trim down to 4.5 inches. Then we have those small squares that I showed you how to do before. You put it on the corner and you stitch it and you flip it up, and you're going to trim that 1/4 inch away from the seam. And you have a few of these. You have about 48 of these, and these are going to go in certain parts of the blocks, different blocks that we're constructing, so that it gives that great secondary pattern with sashing and cornerstones. So we're going to get started. The next step in the parade is we're going to do all of our side strips that go right here in the 4 corners of each block. So you have your background color, you have your white, and you have your block color, whichever is the center of your block. So we're going to sew the white to the background fabric. Yeah. 1/4 inch seam. And ideally you would want to press the seam to the outer fabrics of the strip set. So you'd want to press it not to the white but to the lavender color here. And I'm just going to finger press it for the moment. And then we're going to take our other piece of colored fabric that is our match set for fabric D. See our match set for fabric D, and we're going to sew that to the white. And then we're going to just lightly finger press this open. Now, while my assistant Diane is behind the camera today, so while I am doing the other 4 pieces of this block, because we're going to put the block together today, she's going to press this for me real quick. So I'm just going to chain piece them since I have 4 to do. Be careful not to stretch your pieces because those are all on the bias on the edges there, so we want to make sure that we're not stretching them, pulling them, tugging them. You want to just lay them on top of each other. And I'm going to take my next set, put the white on top of the lavender color. I'm just going to use my fingernail to kind of nudge it into place if it's a little off. And then I'm going to grab my next set, and we're just going to keep going down the row like that. Quick, quick, quick. finger press these and start sewing the next piece on. And it goes that quickly. I'm just going to finger press them all just to make it faster if we just have them all prepped and ready to go. Okay. Let me take our next piece. I'm going to put it all together here. Sorry, my thread's getting away sometimes. And we're just going to keep going down and chain piecing them and getting them all done at once. It also saves on thread doing the chain piecing. That's an important aspect. Saving time, saving money. These apart. I'm going to finger press, and my assistant's going to go ahead and give them a really good press. Now, as we start to put one of our blocks together, it works just like a 9 patch. We have our half square triangle right in the corner. Then let me clean up these threads real quick. And then we have the darker color towards the center. And the center square goes right there. And according to the instructions on this particular block, and there are several of them that are to be done, this goes in the right-hand corner. Just going to clean up my threads here. This one's good. The white in the center and the background fabric towards the background, and that's what one of our blocks is going to look like. So your centerpiece, your matching strip piece sets to the side, and you have your churn dash right down there in the center, and this other corner piece that's going to create that secondary pattern when it's placed in the quilt. So now we're going to put our block together, and you're going to do this with each block set. You're going to do the strip sets for E, F, G, H, I, J, and K. So the next 8 blocks. And then you're going to arrange it however the pattern tells you, because on some blocks this piece goes here, on some blocks it goes here, on some blocks it goes here. So you'll need to read through your instructions and make sure. And we're going to it's like a 9 patch, so we're going to do our top row, or we're going to do our top 2 pieces, and I'm going to chain piece down the side. As we put our block together. Yep, come on, get under there. there's always the technical difficulties that happen when you're right in the middle of something. Ugh, I made a mess. All right, hold that thought. We'll be right back.